President Donald Trump announced plans to deploy National Guard troops to Chicago in response to a surge in violence over the Labor Day weekend, where at least 8 people were killed and numerous others were injured in shootings. Trump emphasized the need for federal intervention, stating, "We're going in. However, I have not said when." This statement clearly indicates that the president believes he has the authority to act, despite not providing a specific timeline. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson have strongly opposed the deployment, labeling Trump's comments as unhinged and stating that there is no emergency justifying the need for federal troops in the city of Chicago. Both officials have expressed intentions to challenge any deployment legally, arguing that it would be an invasion of state rights and a violation of the Constitution.
President Trump calling out Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker ramping up the threats to send federal agents and National Guard troops to Chicago, saying this afternoon, "We're going in."
Made your mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in.
Well, the president pointing to gun violence in the city over Labor Day weekend. 8 people were killed, more than 50 were injured. But Pritzker pushes back, and he calls any plans to send federal officers, quote, un-American, and saying that troops don't belong on the streets of American cities and that there is no emergency in Chicago. Joining me now with more is our ABC News senior policy reporter, Ann Flaherty. So first of all, Ann, we know there's a recent ruling as well from a judge in Los Angeles that found that Trump federalizing the troops in L.A. is unlawful. So how does that play into all of this now? Would that limit Trump's ability to go into other states with the National Guard?
Well, it certainly complicates it because clearly there will be other lawsuits that will be filed if President Trump makes good on his threat to send troops into other cities and into other states. And I think it's worth pointing out that the judge did give them an opportunity to appeal his decision. So a lot of this will likely remain in legal limbo is my understanding of it. But it certainly does raise question about if other judges in other areas with other jurisdictions agree with him. Is President Trump's power limited? And of course, you know, you do have laws that say you can't use military troops in states unless they're being for law enforcement, unless they're being called up by the governor. And in the case of a state like Illinois, where the governor has said we don't need them here, then he's very limited in how he could use those troops.